Well, so in this video, we're gonna learn about loops. So when the word loops, we hear what exactly this means. This means nothing but just in simple terms, we can say that it's an instruction to Python to continue the action until instructed to stop. Means using loops, you simply tell Python that you continue the given task till the time we ask you to stop. And how do you ask it to stop? By providing a condition. Now when it comes to loop, there are two types. In general, there are two types of loops we have in Python. One is while loop, the other one is for loop. So what is the difference? The main distinction is, in general, the main distinction is, in while loop, first you provide the stoppage point. That means first you have to tell Python that what is the point where it has to stop working, and then when Python reaches to that point, till the time Python reaches to that point, what is the action that it has to take. Now when it comes to for loop, here you, in general, you do not provide the stoppage point. What you provide is simple action, and Python takes the stoppage point basis on the supplied input data. So this was the difference between while loop and for loop. Now we will understand, we will focus on while loop. So as we just saw that while loop required two things, stoppage point and action. So here it simply continues the action till the given condition is true. Now let's understand this particular thing with the help of an example. So here I am in Jupyter Notebook. Now let's say if I ask you to write the counting table, or maybe simply table for 2, how you can write that? So for that, if you have seen the previous videos where I covered operators, so you can simply say x equals to 2. Here you are assigning the value for x, and then over here what you can do is you can keep on increasing x by 2. So you just execute this particular thing and you come over here and you keep on increasing and printing that. But the problem over here is, okay, so let's start it again, and then over here it is starting with 4 because here it already gets x and this is increasing by 2. So if you want to make it correct, so you start it with 0 and then keep on increasing. So now for that, to write the table, you have to hit enter every time, then it will complete the 2 ka table. It will complete the 2 table of 2. Okay, but it will keep on increasing. There is no stoppage point, and this is manual thing. You cannot sit and keep on hitting the enter. So what is the automatic way? The automatic way is you simply provide the value for x and you say while x less than 21, right? So what we are doing is in general I'm saying to table for 2 stoppage or ends at 20, right? So I'm just going to provide the value greater than 20, and I'm saying Python stop when the value for x till okay, so I'm saying Python to stop the execution when the value for x becomes 21 or more than that, equals to 21 or more than that. And that means at the same time I'm saying continue the work till the time x value inside x is less than 21. Okay, so this is what simply I'm telling it, telling to the Python, right? So this is the condition part. Now what is the action that we want Python to take? We want Python to print the value for x. Now it will print the value for x when it starts, but at the same time we need to keep on increasing the value of x. If we don't increase, this will run forever, right? So now when you do this, here you see the table automatically printed 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and so on, right? So this is how you can use while loop to write a sequence, right? Perform a work in a sequence, right? So this, I just hope that while condition was clear to you. It is very simple. Here in x we are assigning a value 2, and here we are just evaluating the value of x. When we start in the first term, the value for x will be 2, which is less than 21, then it will print x, and over here it will increase the value of x. Now in the second round, when it comes over here, the value for x will be 4, but that is still less than 21, then again it will print 4. Okay, it will print the value of x. Till it will continue till the time the value of x reaches to 21, or till the time the value for x is less than 21. Okay, now there comes the another condition. For some reason, let's consider that when you are writing this particular table, you want to break this the moment it reaches to the point where the x value for x is 10, right? So on that point you just want to stop it, right? So what I'll do is I'll write this simple thing. I'll just write this thing simply, right? And in between what I'll say is, if x equals to 10, then break. So what will happen? Let's try to run this particular thing. So you see everything is same, is just what we are doing is after print statement we are evaluating if x value equals to 10, then we are simply saying do not do the increment. That's it. So if you see over here, this is 10 and at this point it is ending. So for better understanding, what I'll do is I'll come out of the loop and over here I'll write print end of loop. So when you do that, so just after 10 the loop is ending over here. Now this is the condition, break condition, using which you can break a loop in between wherever it meets to a certain condition. Now there could be a situation where you want to evaluate this particular value where x equals to 10, but you simply do not want to stop the loop, rather you want to skip that particular value. So how you gonna do that? So for that you're gonna play it little smart. How we can do that? Okay, let me write it like this: while x less than 21, then this time we will first do the increment, okay, and then we will do the printing, print x. Now if you see over here what is happening, okay, let me just reassign the value for x equals to 2, right? So if you see over here, it is starting from 4 and it is going till 22. I'll cover this thing in some time, right? But for now you see, focus on this particular thing, right? So this is just what it is doing. It is starting from 2, increasing the value and then printing it, okay? Now what we said is we wanted to check the value for 10, check the value for x wherever it is 10, just skip that and print the other one, okay? So what we can say is if x equals to 10, then this time just continue. So if you do this, in the output what you're gonna see is 4, 6, 8, and the value 10 is not printed, but the loop continued till the time x was less than 21. Now there are two things which you might notice. Over here you can say that it is not starting from 2. Why is that so? Let's try to understand. So this patch was started. Initially the value inside x was assigned as 2. It came to this loop, it evaluated the value for x which was 2, which was less than 21. The condition went true. But the moment it entered to the for loop, at the first place itself you increased its value. So from here it came with value 2, but the moment it reaches over here, its value was increased by 2, which means 4. So if you just for a moment, if you just ignore this thing, right, so it became 4 and you just simply print it over here. So that's why it is starting from 4. I just hope that it is clear. Now let's understand why it is not stopping at 20 and going to 22. Okay, again the same thing, it keep on starting, and the moment when x's value was 20, it evaluated that was still less than 21, but at the same time the moment it entered into the loop, the value for x was increased by 2 and then it was printed. So that's why it is 22. Means when it was evaluating over here, the value was 20, but when it moved forward, the value became 22. Right? So I just hope that it is clear. Now what is the difference between continue and break? If you see over here, so I'll give you a representation over here. Okay, I'll just give you the presentation over here. So before we jump forward, let me explain it over here. Let me explain the while loop once again. So here the definition says continue the x until given condition is true. So what is the condition that we gave? We gave the condition while x less than 21, right? And what is the action we wanted it to continue? Keep on printing x and keep on increasing the value of x by 2 till the time x reaches to 21. So this is how we executed the while loop. Moving forward, here you see, here I have kept both of the two statement break and continue in parallel so that you could do a comparison, though the values are different, but here I have just kept it for comparison. Now let's try to understand. Here it is completely syntaxical thing, right? It doesn't have the real value. What happens in break statement? So the moment it reaches to the break, it jumps to the end of statement, right? But in continue, the moment the loop reaches to the continue statement, it again reset the loop to while condition. It again jump back to the while condition. So this is the difference. In break statement, when you reach to the break, that is going to the end of a statement, but in continue it is going back to the while condition. So that's why in while condition it simply skips that value but continues the loop, and in break statement it simply stop the loop at the same point. So I just hope that it was clear to you. Just in case if you have any doubt, do not hesitate to put that into the comment section. I'll definitely try to solve your problem and reply on your comment. Okay, thank you very much for watching the video. Wish you very